Assalamu alaikum. Let's cook. Agnes Wanjuru, 21-year-old Kenyan woman, young lady. She lived in a place called Nanyuki, Kenya. She was the mother of a 5-month-old baby girl. Now this young lady, Agnes here, she went out looking to be with white men. And months later, she was found in a septic tank. And the white guys who did it joked about her death and all. Now we got to go back to the year of 2021, March to be exact. Now Agnes, she's a hairdresser by profession and she's struggling financially. Now this spot that she lives at, called Nanyuki, is significant because it's home to the British Army Training Unit Kenya. And this is where British troops have trained for decades. And to earn money, she sometimes engaged in sex work with British soldiers, I guess that's something that the girls, the young ladies around there did on a regular. They go to the military area, the base, to let a white boy do what they want to do for some money or, that, whatever. I guess that's normal. So what happened was on the night of March 31st, 2012, Agnes, she went to the Lions Court Hotel Lodge in Nanyuki with some friends. Now, she went there because they know that's where these British soldiers hang out. There were numerous British soldiers there that evening, including members of the Duke Lancaster's regiment. I guess that's some kind of special unit in the British military, right? And these soldiers, these white guys, they already know what these black girls are for, these Kenyan girls. And a British soldier approached Agnes at the bar. These two interacted, they danced or whatever, and at approximately 2 a.m, on April 1st, one of Agnes' friends saw her heading towards the hotel's guest room area with this British soldier. That was the last time somebody seen Agnes alive. After that, she disappeared. Her family has no clues where she's at. Her body wasn't found until 2 months later. On June 5th, 2012, a hotel maintenance worker was dealing with the hotel's waste system after a foul smell was noticed, right? This worker opens the septic tank and boom, Agnes' body is inside, badly decomposed. People imagine that, in a septic tank. Now the post-mortem found injuries including a stab wound to her lower abdomen, trauma to her chest, and they also determined that she didn't die from those stab wounds. They believed that Agnes was still alive when she was placed in this septic tank. Now, the white military guys who did this to Agnes, they just went home to the UK shortly after Agnes disappeared. I guess their time was up. They probably knew it, so figured, let's go ahead and get this off. We out of here anyway. Years passed by. Nobody is prosecuted for this thing that happened to Agnes. Eventually, a Kenyan judicial inquest examined the evidence, and in 2019, the magistrate reached an extraordinary conclusion. They found that Agnes had been murdered by one or more British soldiers and called for further investigation and prosecution of whoever was responsible. Why would it take that long? A 21-year-old black girl from your country is found in a septic tank, and it takes that many years to come up with this and bring this forward? That's crazy. But it's more to that, people. This is Kenya. Now, they finally came up with this. They finally want to look into this, but still nobody's charged. Now, these British soldiers, right, they started talking. Now, this case exploded big time internationally in 2021 after a major British press investigation interviewed soldiers who had been in Kenya. And former soldiers alleged that a fellow soldier had effectively confessed to killing Agnes and had shown another soldier where her body was dumped. There were also allegations that soldiers had discussed what happened amongst themselves, and the authorities still failed to hold anybody accountable for it. Finally, this cold case turns into a major controversy involving the British military and the British government relationship with Kenya. Now, who's accused of this? More than 13 years after this girl was found in a septic tank, Kenyan prosecutors moved against a specific former British soldier. And this soldier right here is this Mayo monster by the name of Robert James Purkis. Prosecutors in the UK have evidence that was presented to them in these extradition proceedings that includes allegations from former soldiers that admit that this guy, Robert James Perkins, admitted to killing Agnes, okay? So they know he did it. One soldier reportedly described finding this guy Perkins distressed and hearing him say that he killed Agnes. Another soldier said that this guy, Robert James Perkins, talked about what happened. He said it was a sexual encounter going wrong. And he actually went and showed another soldier where he put Agnes' body at, where he dumped it at. Okay? So this is what's going down, people. Agnes disappeared in 2012. Body found in a septic tank. Months later, Kenyan court in 2019, they finally said a British soldier was responsible for this, which is straight nuts to me. That took from 2012 to 2019. Somebody did this to one of your people in your country. Now these British soldiers are talking, and finally in 2025, 13 years later, they have this specific soldier that they want sent back to Kenya. And guess what? He may do better off in Kenya than he would in his own country. But that's a whole nother topic. Now this story became widely covered in the British press in 2021 after there was a group of soldiers in a WhatsApp chat group, right? They were soldiers of this Duke of Lancaster's regiment. So these soldiers are in their WhatsApp group with jokes, you know, with ghost emojis and various jokes about getting choked up. And they have the soldier, this white guy who they have, who actually did this to Agnes Wanjiru. He posted, come to think of it, I have a sore throat today. Just all kinds of joking, mocking her death. It's not that serious to them, you know what I mean? But this is what these guys think of these black Kenyan women, you know, who put themselves out there to do things for them for whatever reason, for the little bit of money that they're going to give them. You know, Kenya is for a young girl, this is a bad place. The mindset, a lot of women in Kenya, and it's the worst that I ever heard of. And I'm breaking it all down that I've ever heard of. The Kenyans, when it comes to white man worship, there are a bunch of young girls in Kenya, and their dream simply is to be with a white man. And these are people who just look at them, you know, no different than a bug on a windshield of life, like nothing. They get in these relationships with these rotten mouth British dudes and they just abusing them, smacking them up. You know, all kinds of stories. A lot of that with these Kenyans, man. A lot of that. Now, I'm not trying to say all are like that. Of course I'm not. I see the Kenyan twins on YouTube. I used to watch some of their channel, you know what I mean? And there are two conscious Kenyan twins, and they know, you know, people know about this place, man. I mean, it's really bad. The government, all that, the Kenyan government. This guy right here, who just got arrested in the UK, he might want to get extradited to Kenya because he may get good treatment over there in the jail or something like that with them people, man. I mean, I don't know. So the family of Agnes, they're still trying to get justice for her. She has a niece named Esther Njoki. She called on King Charles III to bring about justice for this issue. She wants to bring attention to this. She wrote a letter to him in 2023 asking him to visit her family and requested measures from the British Crown Forces Commander-in-Chief. How sad is that, people? This guy don't care about you, Esther. I know you got to do what you got to do for your peoples and everything, but come on, man. I mean, a British person looks at a Kenyan like a bug on a windshield of life. It's really sad. And if you ever go on any type of platforms, you could see the men too. So many of the men worshiping white people. Oh, it's sick, man. It'll give you it'll make you throw up, man. For real. For real. So they have this guy, Robert James Perkins. He's arrested. Finally, they want him sent back to Kenya for the murder of Agnes Wanjiru. You know, he's still there. They have documented proof that this dude already confessed. So they just waiting to see. You know, they're waiting to see. I don't know if they're going to send him back to Kenya. Who knows? But again, I mean, he lives in a country full of Mayo monsters, demons, Satanists, people with no tan, rotten mouths, just looking real weird, zombies. I don't know if these people are going to send him to Kenya to be held accountable for killing a black Kenyan woman who was a prostitute. I don't know. Interesting. And again, this is a wild place, people. To this day, you can look at the Kenyan government, that guy Ruto, and what's sad is the young women like Agnes, still to this day, they still doing that. It's a whole lot of them. It's just a really bad mindset, man, in Kenya. It's a really bad mind, sick mentality, and it starts from the top. You know, so many young women, they just dream of white man romance, and these guys just be beating the brakes off of them, treating them like trash. Really, they just go marry these guys, and they're just like a house slave. So many stories. Anyway, people get in the comments. Let me know what you think or know about this. Also, link in the description to my masterpiece, The N-Word is No Secret in the Service. Link to the email list. Go ahead and holler at that so you know what the content is, just in case it disappears. Easy.